Okay, okay, these are all our methods. Okay, what I told you, that methods or the actions or the functions uh, will have some logic. They will have sleeping is having some logic, or breathing is having some logic. Okay, so these are all the actions or the methods which will have some logic. Here, these variables or the properties will have some values. Variables will have some values, and actions or the methods will have some logic. Okay, suppose take the example of sleeping for the boys class. Okay, with all these individuals, Mohan, Satya, and all those individuals, uh, how they, what is the logic of sleeping? Sleeping means uh, closing the eyes and lying on the bed and sleeping. That is what the logic is: closing the eyes and relaxing. Okay. Uh, Either any other logic? Okay, you may be saying that okay, some people will do sounds and they will sleep. That is a disease. Okay, the normal sleeping means keep your mouth shut, and you have to close our eyes and lie on a bed or somewhere. Okay, and relax our body. Okay, that is the actual the logic of sleeping. Then what is this breathing? What is the logic of this breathing? Breathing logic means inhaling and exhaling, taking the air inside through our nose, okay, and exhaling. That is what is the logic. Is there any other logic? Okay, 1 hour we will inhale and after 1 hour we will exhale. No, first inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. That is what is the logic. So, sorry. So here the sleeping logic and the breathing logic is same for all the objects inside this class. Okay, logic is not changing. Okay, eating. What is the logic of eating? Eating means with the hand, put it on the mouth, um, and you'll swallow it after chewing. Okay, so that is that is the logic. Okay, so this logic is also same for all the objects inside this class. The sleeping or the breathing or the eating, these are all the methods which will have the same logic for this particular, for the objects inside this class. So these types of methods are known as static methods. What are those known as? Static methods. What is static? What is a static method? What is a static method? Or the static action or the static function? What is a static method? If the logic of the method or the action, if the logic of the action, or we say that method, better to say action, CTI1 action or method. If the logic of the action or the method is same for all the objects inside the class, such type of method is known as static method. What is a static method? If the logic of the method is same for all the objects, sorry, inside the class, such method is known as, what is known as static method. Okay, such method is known as not static method. Means sleeping is a static method. The same way breathing Static method in the same way breathing. Sorry. Mm, okay. Eating, they are all our static methods. What about this reading? Here, the boys class will contain some individuals of different age group boys will be there, and they may be study different classes. Means suppose that if Mohan is there, he if he is studying a first class, how will he reading? A B C D loudly he will read. Then suppose Satya is there, he is studying some engineering. How he will read? Like this, okay, without any noise, without any sound. So here the logic of Mohan is different. Logic of reading for Mohan is different from logic of reading for Satya. The same way playing. If Mohan is playing cricket, what is the logic of cricket? Hitting the ball with a bat. And suppose his interested game is some football. Here will also ball will be there, but here we have to hit with leg. Okay, here the logic is different. So the same thing here, if the logic of any method or a action is changing from object to object inside a class, then such type of method or a action is known as static, non-static action or non-static method or non-static function. Okay, so what is non-static action or method or function? What is non-static action? You can tell. Okay, now it's a bit easy, no? If the logic of the method or function or action is changing changing from object to object, such method is known as non-static method. Okay, so here in properties values are changing. Values, if the values are same for all the objects within the class, such type of objects, such type of properties or the variables are known as static variables. Okay, so let's recap all those things which we have learned it. Okay, what is a class? Class is a category, and class contains some entities or the objects, and each and every object inside a class contains some properties. Okay, and each and every property will have some value. Okay, if the property value or the variable value is same for all the objects inside a class, such type of property or such type of variables are known as static variables. If the variable value is changing from object to object within the class, then such type of properties or such type of variables are known as non-static variables, are known as non-static properties or variables. Okay, then apart from having some properties, every object can perform some action. Okay, class objects can perform some actions or methods or functions. Here, functions, as the properties are having values, functions or the methods will have some logic. Okay, if the logic of the property of the method is same for all the objects within a class, then it is known as static method or a static action or a static function. If the logic of a method is changing from object to object, oh, here also I have forgot within a class, okay, inside a class or within a class. Okay, such methods are known as non-static methods or actions or functions. Okay, so today we learned what is a class. What is a class? Actually, I have not given the technical definition in what is there in Java, but today we learned something. Okay, after means in the later classes I will explain you in brief what is a class and all those things. But here I am giving an idea. You got the idea? Because as a tester, we don't go inside Java. We have to study whatever is required for Selenium. Okay, it is better if you have the full knowledge, but it is not compulsory that we should have the full knowledge of Java. But the basic knowledge should be required. Okay, um, I will try to simplify my explanations as simple as possible. So we learned today class, static variables, non-static variables. So static methods, non-static methods. In next class, we will be learning about how actually the classes are being created in Eclipse and how variables are to be created, how methods are to be created, and how the static methods and non-static methods, the static variables, non-static variables are created actually in program. Okay, thank you.